is Rani Noshila. I was an STPM biology student back in 2019. Okay, here I will share 3 things about STPM biology. Firstly, what is the differences in biology for Form 5 and Form 6? As you guys know, Form 6 is known as pre-U or pre-university, right? So of course, the syllabus and the things that you will learn will be more advanced and more detailed than Form 5. But you guys no need to worry about it because most of the things that you study in Form 6 is based on Form 5. So the basic knowledge for biology in Form 5 is very important if you want to take biology in Form 6 or in STPM. Second things I want to share with you guys is my opinion toward our teacher. Okay, our biology teacher. Back in my time, I have 3 teachers that teach us for 3 semester, which is Mr. Charles, Puandura, and Pamazia. Hi, teacher. Okay, for my opinion, they are very sporting. Okay, they are very sporting, supportive, understanding, and they are very creative. And one more thing, they have experience in marking paper for STPM biology. Okay, why should I take creative? You guys know, the biology student in Ktesa have special module that the teacher create for us, and that module is very helpful for us because it give us better understanding than the textbook. Thank you, teacher. Even until now, I still use that modules to refer as in my studies. Okay, and then the bonus that I say about they have the experience in marking paper for STPM biology. When the teacher have the experience in marking paper for STPM, of course they will teach their student the technique how to answer the paper because they know how the student should answer because they have seen the marking scheme, right? So the teacher, all our teacher, the 3 teachers, always remind us, always teach us the technique how to answer the paper, and that is very helpful. Because in STPM, the marking is very rigid and they marking based on the marking scheme. So it's useless if you guys know the answer but you guys don't know the technique how to answer the paper. So thank you, teacher. And then lastly, I want to share how I study at home and how I study during class. Okay, at home, of course, the revision, right? Of course, revision. I think all of you guys know about it. But here I want to give advice. Make sure to do revision every single day. Make sure when you come back from school, when you come back from college, you do revision. Biology is a tough subject where you need to remember many things, scientific name that you rarely hear about it. So you guys need to do revision every single day to help you remember better. And then how I study during classes. Okay, during classes, usually the teachers will present us the slideshow for each topic, and then they will use the module as our guide. Okay, they will use the module as our guide, and in the module they already put an interactive activity practices. So when the class is during the class they will ask us to answer the practices and the interactive activity. So after they finish their lecture, they will ask us to answer it. So it helps the student to have better understanding. Okay, that's all I want to share about STPM biology. I hope it helped you guys. Thank you and good luck for your studies.
Hi, I'm Rajita Ko, an ex-student of Kuliah Tinggi Taklimat Shah Alam, and I was a biology student in the class of the year 2020. So firstly, comparing between Form 6 biology and Form 5 biology, in my perspective, Form 6 biology is way different than Form 5 biology. In Form 5 biology, Form 4 and Form 5, we used to learn about different themes. Like we learn about genetics, about anatomy, about biological molecule, and some of the themes in a long period of time. We had 2 years to complete the syllabus, and in the end, we'll be only taking one paper at the end of our Form 5, the SPM paper. So we have a lot of time to study, and we'll be only taking one paper in the end. However, Form 6 biology is very different than that. In Form 6 biology, we'll be taking about 3 papers. So the good thing is that in each semester, we'll be learning only about one theme. So as an example, semester 3, we'll be learning about genetics. So all about genetics in that semester. So this helps us to get our focus centered only on that theme throughout the whole semester. And here comes the hard part. The hard part is that we'll be learning about that theme in a short period of time. So as an example, semester 3 again, genetics. In semester 3, we'll be learning all about genetics in a short period of time. We only have about 5 to 6 months to finish the syllabus, so that's quite a short time. So we have short time to finish the syllabus, and sometimes it's all crammed out and difficult for us to understand and memorize biology. So in short, Form 6 biology is way different than Form 5 biology in terms of Form 6 biology having a lot to study in a short period of time, but the good thing is that our focus is centered only on one theme per semester. So next, speaking about the biology teachers in our college, we have 3 wonderful teachers, Mr. Charles, Pondura, and Puan Mazia. All 3 of them are well experienced. In class, all of them have different teaching techniques, where one of them prefers to explain verbally, one of them prefers to draw on the board to explain, another one prefers asking us to visualize things to understand. So despite all 3 of them having different teaching techniques, but the good thing is that they all use the same teaching materials. All of them use the slides to teach. So this enables us to understand better despite all 3 of them having different teaching techniques and understanding and explaining methods. And to add on, all the biology teachers here, all the 3 biology teachers are very friendly and easy approachable. So I find it very easy for me to go to them and ask them questions, and they were always there to assist me and to explain to me which things that I do not understand. They were always there to help to answer all my inquiries about Form 6 biology. So next, how did I study biology, Form 6 biology at home and in class? So before the pandemic, where we had normal classes in the college, so that time we used to have our notes with us, and the teacher used to present in class using the slides. So while the teacher is presenting using the slides, I have my notes with me, and those things that are explained by the teachers which are not in the slides, I will write them down in my notes. So I'll have additional points in my notes so that I can understand better. And sometimes I'll also take a picture of the slides for me to go home and reread them again. So in the middle of the pandemic, we all had shifted to online classes. So how did I study during online classes is that the teacher used to send videos to us, or sometimes we used to have Google Meet. So what I used to do is I used to take a screenshot of the important slides and print them out. So this is so that I can have the copy of the notes with me, the hard copy, so I can actually write down and use the notes to study. Because I prefer to have the hard copy with me to study compared to having to look at the slides or at the screen the whole time. And lastly, how did I study at home? So I used to study biology by having a piece of paper right next to me. So while I'm studying, I used to extract the points, extract the whatever we learn in point form. So I used to rewrite them again in point form and memorize the point form. Because for me, it's easier to memorize the point form so that in exam, if the question comes out, I just need to remember the points again and rearrange them, rephrase them in my own sentences during the exam. And also while studying biology, I used to have my past year book with me. I used to read the answer of the past year book so that I can know which points are accepted in the answer and which point are not. And not forgetting, I used to also study Form 6 biology by going to the YouTube and by watching YouTube videos. Which if I have difficulty in understanding some subtopic, I used to go to YouTube and just search video and watch the video for me to understand better. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi sir, so sir asked me 3 questions about biology. So the first question is my opinion on studying Form 6 bio compared to Form 5 biology. I think Form 6 biology is more deeper and it's more advanced in a sense compared to Form 5 biology, and it is a bridge between university level and secondary level. The second question is my opinion on the three biology teachers, Pamazia, Pandura and Mr. Charles. I think all three of them were very professional, dedicated, especially during the COVID times with the online classes. And for the last question, how I study biology at home, is I do a lot of reading and rewriting everything, reading and writing it back. At class, obviously there's teachers, but at home, that's how I do it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lee Xiaoyan. As a student from USM Sem 2, I would like to share my biology study at Ktesa. When I do comparison between my study during Form 5 and Form 6, the most obvious is the language that in use. In Form 5, I'm using Bahasa Malaysia, but in Form 6, it started to use English. Second, Form 6 biology is further study on what we have learned in Form 5. Third point is that I'm not sure this is straight to the point or not. When I studied in Form 5, at that time is no COVID-19 issue. We don't need to have social distancing or lock ourselves at home, so we also have the physical class and face-to-face interaction. But right now, because of the pandemic, we are almost learn through online classes. We don't really have physical interaction. Point number 2, more about how is the performance of my current teacher. I'm very lucky that I have 3 biology teachers. They all have a very good teaching method. They teach all the relevant skills, tactic and technique that they have gained throughout their experience to all of us. And they keep monitoring, try to find the way to enhancing our performance. They also try to encourage and ask us very constructive feedback, or they will help us whenever we need them, whether during the class or after the class. Point number 3 is that I want to share how actually I study during the class and after the class. During the class, because there is a teacher is guiding us, normally I will pay full attention to what teacher is teaching. Try to grab as much as point that is important to my study. After class, which means during alone at home, I will try to do exercise on the relevant topic, especially those has been learned in the previous class. That's all of my opinions. Thank you.